Howdy folks, Spencer here, and today I'm going to be taking a look at that bluish anomaly that you see sitting above Kronos and off to the left when you enter the Sol system. This is something that I've seen many ask about over the years, and today I will hopefully be answering most of your questions about it. As always, chapters are listed down below. So as you approach this, you'll see that it is called the Aenigma Nebula, and for most of you, you will probably see that there's no interact pop-up with it. However, if you have been subscribed for 400 plus days, back when Cryptic did the month-to-month subs, or if you have the lifetime subscription, it will have an interact pop up, and this is a prompt to take you through this portal to the Aenigma Nebula, which contains the subscriber exclusive map, the Captain's Table. So I'm going to head through now, and as I go through, you'll probably recognize the map. It's a map that many creators, myself included, have used for backgrounds on thumbnails in the past, or maybe as a map that we just sit in while we're talking about a specific topic. It's a pretty neat looking map, even though it is a bit dated. You can see the textures on the station are not up to modern standards in the game. It still looks neat, but it just, clearly isn't from any time in the past couple of years. But the map overall has a neat design to it, and I've sat in here when talking about builds and stuff before and just had this as the backdrop for the video, or just as the background for like a thumbnail. It's just a good looking map. Now, heading into the station here, it's not like ESD where you can just fly into like the shuttle bay thing here. You do actually have to hit the interact. Same for when you want to depart the system. You do actually have to hit the interact. You can't just beam out. So I'm going to dock and beam down. And what you'll see on the inside here is that, like the exterior, the interior of this place isn't up to modern standards as well. It's again, it's from basically the launch days of the game, so it's to be expected that it's going to be a little bit dated. Now you're going to see as I go through the map that there's a lot of couches and chairs sitting around, and unfortunately there is no interact to actually sit on any of them. So for those of you hoping that that would be a thing, unfortunately it is not. So the first NPC here is a concierge and just has answers to a couple questions about the Captain's Table. So the first one here is, tell me about the Captain's Table. The Captain's Table is a nightclub and social venue with an exclusive clientele. You can't get in unless you have a VIP badge given by Cap himself. So as we get into the main room, you're going to see Cap is the bartender. Are Klingons and Federation captains welcome here? What about the war? So this being from the launch days of the game, back then the theme was that the Federation and Klingon factions were actually at war, hence why the Karat and Notha maps are a thing. And it was the one of the main things here is that this is a neutral ground. So this is a place where anyone from either faction could meet up and peacefully, coexist. So the Captain's Table is neutral ground. We don't allow fighting of any kind, so there's no PvP here. When you're inside these walls, war and conflict don't exist. Admiral, enjoy it while you can. Next one here is, I've heard that captains from the past have visited the Captain's Table. Is that true? The past, the future, you'll find that time doesn't have much meaning at the Captain's Table. Some people say that it is due to the temporal anomalies present in the Aenigma Nebula. Others say that Cap has some sort of device behind the bar. If you stay around here long enough, you'll find a dozen different theories about what is happening here. Maybe you'll even come up with one of your own. And the final thing we can ask is there anything else I should know? Actually, there's a message here for you. It says to tell you that Captain Curlin needs ... Sorry, I didn't see the timestamp on that message. You're not supposed to know about that yet. Forget I said anything. So, all of the text here, again, from basically the launch date of the game, never was updated. So, again, you can't actually sit on the couches. It's a neat looking design. It's sort of nostalgic for those of us that played back then to still have maps like this in the game, just to still see that older design. You'll again, this is peaceful ground, so you're going to see all the different races here. A bunch of NPCs that you saw in the early Federation and Klingon story missions back then. So here's the first NPC in this room we can interact with, Cap. He's a bartender. He has some items here. I think most of these you can just get from most other bartenders, so nothing too unique, but those are there if that's something you care about. There's actually no other NPCs in this specific room that we can interact with. Again, can't sit on the couches, can't sit on the chairs. There's a big window here that we can look out, though. That has a few issues if you look at things a certain way. You've got Quinn here and a Gorn. Romulan commander, Starfleet captain. So over on this side of the map here, the east side, this is just the lounge. And you can see Ferengi, Cardassian. There's not actually any interacts in this room. The Herodian. Yeah, there's no interacts here. But, again, you can look out a window. And heading over to the other side now. So we started off at the north area. We visited the central, and we just are leaving the east side. The last room here is on the west, and it is where most of the amenities are. So right in the door, you've got a bank console, access your account or fleet bank. Over here, you have a mail console. There's nothing here. We have a Ferengi wholesaler here, and you guys are going to be blown away by what it has to offer. Some Mark 1 gear. Got the exchange. Right here, you've got a tailor, starship repair. You can purchase repair components real easily at this console. You got a medic to treat your injuries on your captain or bridge officers. Then you've got the ship selector and a ship customization officer. So that's actually it for the interior of the map. There's really not much to it nowadays. This is something from the launch days of the game. So this is 13, almost 14 years old now. It's quite dated. It has bugged out a few times where all of the NPCs got replaced by just like some test dummy type things. But I don't believe they've done any updates to this map in quite a long time. It would be nice. Like, I don't think the map needs a visual remaster. I actually sort of like the nostalgic feeling it brings, but the map doesn't really offer anything unique. So the majority of the time, there's only ever going to be like one or two other people on this map, and it is not uncommon for you to be the only person on this map when you're here. It just doesn't really do anything unique that the other hubs, don't do. The other hubs have more stuff you can do there. There's no bridge officer trainer here. It would be nice if there was like a console or an NPC we could talk to that had a bunch of the interactions, like talk to the recruit person, talk to the veteran dilithium refiner, talk to the BOF trainer. Like, there's a lot of little NPC interactions that they could add in here through adding NPCs or just adding in a console that has all of them, that I think would really make the value of this map better. But as is, it's really nothing that special. Again, it's 13 years old at this point. So this is, again, a map that is exclusive to subscribers. For those of you that have the lifetime sub or are 400 plus day veterans from back then. It's cool, but I don't think that this map alone is enough to justify picking up the lifetime subscription. But I think the other things that the lifetime subscription has are pretty nice if you're on PC. So if you do end up picking the lifetime up at some point when it's on a sale, always wait for a 50% sale. But if you do end up picking it up, you can hop on over, check this map out, take a few screenshots with that nice background behind your ship. But that's basically the only use you're going to get out of this. So hopefully that answers all the questions you guys had about this map. It's a bit underwhelming. So it's nothing really that special. You're not missing out on anything, that you couldn't get from a bunch of other maps nowadays. So if you don't have access to it, don't feel bad. You're not missing anything. That's going to be it though. Again, if you have any questions or comments, feel free to drop them down below. And if you have any other maps you'd like me to take a look at, let me know. Again, thank you to all channel members and viewers for the continued support. See you guys around.